In this chapter we will dive into a PLC project and what can be found inside. If we open up our project, we see 4 different tabs that show up. The global variables, the PLC PRG, the configuration and the libraries. First up, the global variables. Here we define variables that we want to use globally in our project, meaning that every variable that is declared in this location can be used everywhere in this project, and the variable will be shown and is read and writable once the code is running. Next up, we have the PLC PRG.st. This is the main program and is created in every PLC project. Variables can also be defined up here, but these won't show up in the monitor view of the software module. In the next chapter, we'll go over how to create, build and run a program. The third tab is the configuration tab. Once you open it, the first one is the default tasks.tco. Second one is project settings, and after that is the symbol configuration. The default task.tco is where the task configuration is done. So which programs are called, the type of configuration like cyclic, sync, error interrupt, event interrupt, or freewheeling. Where freewheeling means that this program will only be run through when the PLC has time to do so. Besides that, you can also change the priority of the task. The normal priority is 93, but you can pick a priority to your choosing. Next up is the cycle time. You can change the cycle time to what you want in microseconds or milliseconds. Then next we open the project settings. In the project settings we can do our own version control. This has to be done manually, so every time you want to run your new code, you have to change this manually to the next version. There's also some other settings like enable multi-core, etc. You can look at your retained variables and the memory sizes of your global variables or your retained variables. Then we have the symbol configuration. The symbol configuration is where we give different rights to the variables in the program. As you can see, global variables have all the rights, but once you have different variables in your PLC.prg, you can give them their own export access or even write access. Then last but not least is the libraries tab. This is where we add our libraries. This one is empty by default. By right-clicking on it and clicking on add/update library, we can add libraries. This opens the Bachmann folder, and here you can see all the libraries that are available. The green arrow means that it's an upgrade or simply not existing, since there's currently no libraries in there. For now, we're going to add the standard library, since that's the one that we're going to use in our next project. We select it and we press finish. Once this is done, we can see that the standard library is imported in our program.